She was going to die. They were not in any doubt. But perhaps they were, Maitre Cromwell. No Frenchman can ever pronounce his name. Perhaps they were, for I believe the lady herself thought the king would send a messenger to stop it. Even as she mounted the steps, she was looking over her shoulder. Did you see? He was not thinking of her. His mind is entirely on his new bride. Alors, perhaps better luck this time, the Frenchman says. You must hope so. If I have to come back, I shall increase my fee. The man turns away and begins cleaning his sword. He does it lovingly, as if the weapon were his friend. Toledo steel, he proffers it for admiration. We still have to go to the Spaniards to get a blade like this. He, Cromwell, touches a finger to the metal. You would not guess it to look at him now, but his father was a blacksmith. He has affinity with iron, steel, with everything that is mined from the earth, or forged, everything that is made molten, or wrought, or given a cutting edge. The executioner's blade is incised with Christ's crown of thorns, and with the words of a prayer. Now the spectators are moving away, courtiers and aldermen and city officials, knots of men in silk and gold chains, in the livery of the Tudors, and in the insignia of the London guilds. Scores of witnesses, none of them sure of what they have seen. They understand that the Queen is dead, but it was too quick to comprehend. She didn't suffer, Cromwell, Charles Brandon says. My Lord Suffolk, you may be satisfied she did. Brandon disgusts him. When the other witnesses knelt, the Duke stayed rigid on his feet. He so hated the Queen that he would not do her that much courtesy. He remembers her faltering progress to the scaffold. Her glance, as the Frenchman says, was directed over her shoulder. Even when she said her last words, asking the people to pray for the king, she was looking over the head of the crowd. Still, she did not let hope weaken her. Few women are so resolute at the last, and not many men. He had seen her start to tremble, but only after her final prayer. There was no block. The man from Calais did not use one. She had been required to kneel upright, with no support. One of her women bound a cloth across her eyes. She did not see the sword, not even its shadow, and the blade went through her neck with a sigh, easier than scissors through silk. We all, well, most of us, not Brandon, regret that it had to come to this. Now the elm chest is carried towards the chapel, where the flags have been lifted so she can go in by the corpse of her brother, George Boleyn. They shared a bed when they were alive, Brandon says, so it's fitting they share a tomb. Let's see how they like each other now. Come, Master Secretary, says the Constable of the Tower. I have arranged a collation, if you will do me the honour. We were all up early today. You can eat, sir. His son, Gregory, has never seen anyone die. We must work to eat, and eat to work, Kingston says. What use to the king as a servant who is distracted merely for want of a piece of bread? Distracted, Gregory repeats. Recently his son was sent off to learn the art of public speaking, and the result is that, though he still lacks the command that makes for rhetorical sweep, he's become more interested in words if you take them one by one. Sometimes he seems to be holding them up for scrutiny. Sometimes he seems to be poking them with a stick. Sometimes, and the comparison is unavoidable, he seems to approach them with the tail-wagging interest a dog takes in another dog's turds. He asks the constable, Sir William, has a Queen of England ever been executed before? Not to my knowledge, the constable says. Or at least, young man, not on my watch. I see, he says. He, Cromwell. So the errors of the last few days are just because you lack practice? You can't do a thing just once and get it right? Kingston laughs heartily, presumably because he thinks he's making a joke. Here, my Lord Suffolk, he says to Charles Brandon. Cromwell says I need more practice in lopping heads. I didn't say that, he thinks. The arrow chest was a lucky find. I'd have put her on a dunghill, Brandon says, and the brother underneath her, and I'd have made their father witness it. I don't